Imagine a world where every relationship you have is filled with positivity, support, and mutual respect, where every interaction leaves you feeling uplifted and valued. But what if I told you that hidden beneath the surface of some relationships lies toxicity, exploitation, and manipulation? What if the very people you trust the most are the ones causing you the most harm? Today, we're diving deep into the shadows to uncover the secrets of toxic relationships and how Stoicism can be your guiding light in navigating through them. In a world where appearances can be deceiving, it's essential to peel back the layers and examine the true nature of our relationships. Behind closed doors, toxicity can lurk in the form of manipulation, gaslighting, and emotional abuse. But fear not, for Stoicism offers us a beacon of wisdom to illuminate the path forward. Join me as we explore the dark corners of toxic relationships and discover how Stoic principles can empower us to break free from their grip and reclaim our peace of mind. In the face of adversity, Stoicism teaches us to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. By cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, and temperance, we can develop the strength and resilience needed to navigate the complexities of human interaction. Through introspection and self-reflection, Stoicism empowers us to recognize toxic patterns and make informed decisions about our relationships. 12 Secrets about recognizing toxic relationships. 1. Manipulative behavior. Toxic individuals often resort to manipulation tactics to control and exploit others, a behavior that can manifest in various forms. Gaslighting, for instance, involves distorting reality to make victims doubt their perceptions and sanity, while guilt-tripping utilizes emotional manipulation to make others feel responsible for the toxic individual's unhappiness. Emotional blackmail employs threats, intimidation, or coercion to force compliance, and love bombing involves showering victims with excessive attention to gain trust before exploiting vulnerability. Additionally, the silent treatment may be used as punishment or control, withdrawing communication and affection to assert dominance. Recognizing these manipulative behaviors is crucial for identifying toxic relationships and taking steps to protect oneself, whether through setting boundaries, seeking support, or prioritizing well-being, enabling individuals to break free and establish healthy, fulfilling connections based on mutual respect and trust. 2. Lack of empathy. In toxic relationships, individuals often exhibit a profound lack of empathy or consideration for the feelings and needs of others. This absence of empathy can manifest in various ways, all of which contribute to a toxic dynamic. For example, toxic individuals may dismiss or trivialize the emotions of their victims, invalidating their experiences and making them feel unseen and unheard. They may also demonstrate a lack of compassion or understanding, failing to acknowledge the distress they cause others through their actions. In addition to this, toxic individuals may prioritize their own needs and desires above those of their victims, displaying a selfishness and disregard for the well-being of others. This lack of empathy creates an imbalanced and unhealthy dynamic, where the needs and feelings of the victim are consistently ignored or minimized. Recognizing this lack of empathy is essential for identifying toxic relationships and taking steps to protect oneself. By setting boundaries, seeking support, and prioritizing self-care, individuals can break free from the grip of toxic individuals and cultivate relationships that are based on mutual respect, empathy, and understanding. 3. Constant criticism. Toxic individuals often resort to constant criticism as a means of control and manipulation in relationships. This relentless criticism can take various forms, ranging from subtle put-downs to overt insults, all aimed at undermining the self-esteem and confidence of their partners. They may nitpick, find fault in everything their partner does, and magnify minor flaws or mistakes, creating an atmosphere of perpetual negativity and dissatisfaction. This constant barrage of criticism not only erodes the self-esteem and confidence of the victim, but also fosters feelings of worthlessness and inadequacy. Over time, the victim may internalize these negative messages, believing themselves to be fundamentally flawed or unworthy of love and respect. Recognizing this pattern of constant criticism is crucial for identifying toxic relationships and breaking free from their harmful effects. By setting boundaries, asserting self-worth, and surrounding oneself with supportive individuals, one can reclaim their confidence and establish relationships built on mutual respect and appreciation. 4. Isolation. One of the insidious tactics employed by toxic individuals is isolation, where they deliberately isolate their victims from friends and family to maintain control over them. This isolation can take various forms, from subtle manipulation to outright coercion, all aimed at cutting off the victim from sources of support and validation. Toxic individuals may use tactics such as spreading rumors or lies about the victim to turn friends and family against them, creating rifts in relationships and fostering distrust. They may also employ guilt or manipulation to discourage the victim from spending time with loved ones, portraying themselves as the victim in need of constant attention and support. Additionally, toxic individuals may use threats or intimidation to prevent the victim from seeking help or reaching out to others for support, further reinforcing their sense of isolation and dependency. Recognizing this pattern of isolation is crucial for identifying toxic relationships and breaking free from their control. By reconnecting with friends and family, seeking support from trusted individuals, and establishing healthy boundaries, one can regain their independence and reclaim their social connections, free from the toxic influence of manipulation and control. 5. Gaslighting. Gaslighting, a manipulative tactic employed by toxic individuals, is a pervasive and form of psychological abuse aimed at distorting reality and undermining the victim's perception of truth. This tactic is often subtle and gradual, making it difficult for the victim to recognize and articulate. Gaslighting may involve the toxic individual denying or minimizing their harmful behavior, dismissing the victim's feelings and experiences, or outright lying to manipulate the narrative. They may distort facts, rewrite history, and create confusion to make the victim doubt their own memory, judgment, and sanity. Over time, gaslighting can erode the victim's confidence and self-trust, leaving them feeling confused, isolated, and powerless. It can also create a sense of dependency on the gaslighter, as the victim becomes increasingly reliant on them for validation and reassurance. Recognizing gaslighting is essential for identifying toxic relationships and breaking free from their grip. By trusting their instincts, seeking validation from trusted sources, and setting boundaries to protect their reality, individuals can reclaim their sense of self and regain control over their lives, free from the manipulative influence of gaslighting. 6. Blame shifting. Blame shifting is a common tactic employed by toxic individuals to deflect responsibility for their actions and avoid accountability. When confronted with their behavior, toxic individuals often resort to shifting the blame onto others rather than taking ownership of their actions. They may minimize or deny their wrongdoing, distort the facts, or even outright lie to avoid facing consequences. By shifting blame onto others, they seek to evade accountability and maintain their sense of superiority and control. This behavior can be incredibly damaging, as it not only absolves the toxic individual of responsibility, but also unfairly burdens the victim with the blame for their actions. Over time, repeated instances of blame shifting can erode the victim's self-esteem and confidence, leaving them feeling powerless and invalidated. Recognizing this pattern of blame shifting is crucial for identifying toxic relationships and breaking free from their influence. By asserting boundaries, refusing to accept unwarranted blame, and holding the toxic individual accountable for their actions, individuals can reclaim their sense of agency and regain control over their lives. 7. Conditional love. Conditional love is a manipulative tactic employed by toxic individuals to control and manipulate others. Unlike genuine love, which is unconditional and freely given, conditional love is offered only when it serves the interests of the toxic individual. They may use love and affection as bargaining chips, withholding them as a means of control or reward. For example, they may shower their victim with affection when they comply with their demands or fulfill their expectations, only to withdraw it when the victim fails to meet their standards or challenges their authority. This pattern of conditional love creates an atmosphere of uncertainty and insecurity, where the victim's worthiness of love is constantly called into question. Over time, the victim may internalize the belief that they must earn love and validation through compliance and submission, eroding their self-esteem and sense of self-worth. Recognizing this pattern of conditional love is crucial for identifying toxic relationships and breaking free from their influence. By asserting their inherent worthiness of love and setting boundaries around what they will and will not accept, individuals can reclaim their autonomy and establish relationships based on mutual respect and genuine affection. 8. Explosive anger. Toxic individuals often exhibit unpredictable outbursts of anger or aggression, creating a hostile and intimidating environment for those around them. These explosive displays of anger may be triggered by minor frustrations or perceived slights, and they can escalate quickly, leaving the victim feeling frightened, confused, and powerless. Toxic individuals may use anger as a tool to assert dominance and control over others, instilling fear and obedience through intimidation. These outbursts may also serve as a means of deflecting attention away from their own shortcomings or mistakes, shifting the focus onto the victim and their perceived faults. The constant threat of explosive anger creates a pervasive sense of unease and tension, making it difficult for the victim to relax or feel safe in their own environment. Recognizing this pattern of explosive anger is essential for identifying toxic relationships and taking steps to protect oneself. By setting boundaries, seeking support, and prioritizing safety, individuals can break free from the cycle of intimidation and create a more peaceful and secure environment for themselves. 9. Boundary violations. Toxic individuals often demonstrate a blatant disregard for boundaries and personal space, violating the autonomy and dignity of others. These boundary violations can take many forms, ranging from subtle intrusions into personal affairs to outright disregard for consent and bodily autonomy. Toxic individuals may ignore verbal or physical cues indicating discomfort or disinterest, persisting in their behavior despite clear signals to stop. They may also manipulate or coerce others into violating their own boundaries, using guilt, intimidation, or emotional manipulation to gain compliance. These violations can leave the victim feeling violated, powerless, and disrespected, eroding their sense of self-worth and agency. Moreover, repeated boundary violations can create a sense of learned helplessness, where the victim feels unable to assert their boundaries or protect themselves from further harm. Recognizing this pattern of boundary violations is crucial for identifying toxic relationships and taking steps to protect oneself. By asserting and enforcing boundaries, seeking support from trusted individuals, and prioritizing self-care, individuals can reclaim their autonomy and establish relationships built on mutual respect and consent. 10. Financial exploitation. Toxic individuals often engage in financial exploitation as a means of exerting control and power over their partners, without regard for their well-being or financial security. This form of abuse can take many forms, from covert manipulation to outright theft, all aimed at exploiting the victim's financial resources for the toxic individual's gain. For example, they may coerce their partner into giving them money or access to their bank accounts under false pretenses, such as claiming financial hardship or promising repayment that never materializes. They may also exploit their partner's credit or financial assets for their own benefit, without concern for the long-term consequences or impact on their partner's financial stability. This exploitation can leave the victim feeling financially trapped and dependent on the toxic individual, unable to break free from the cycle of abuse. Moreover, it can have devastating effects on their financial well-being, leading to debt, bankruptcy, and financial ruin. Recognizing the signs of financial exploitation is essential for identifying toxic relationships and taking steps to protect oneself. By asserting control over their finances, seeking assistance from financial professionals or support services, and establishing boundaries around financial matters, individuals claim their financial independence and safeguard their financial future from the toxic influence of exploitation. 11. Cycle of abuse. Toxic relationships often follow a cyclical pattern known as the cycle of abuse, characterized by phases of tension, explosion, and reconciliation. This insidious cycle keeps the victim trapped in a perpetual cycle of abuse, making it difficult for them to break free and seek help. The cycle typically begins with a buildup of tension and stress within the relationship, as the toxic individual becomes increasingly irritable, controlling, or critical. This tension eventually reaches a breaking point, leading to an explosive outburst of anger, aggression, or violence directed towards the victim. Following the explosion, the toxic individual may express remorse, apologize profusely, or promise to change their behavior, leading to a temporary period of reconciliation and peace. However, this period of calm is often short-lived, as the cycle repeats itself, with tension building once again and the cycle starting anew. This cycle of abuse is incredibly damaging, both emotionally and psychologically, for the victim. It creates a sense of unpredictability and instability within the relationship, where the victim never knows when the next outburst will occur or if they will be able to escape unscathed. Moreover, the cycle often leads to feelings of guilt, shame, and self-blame on the part of the victim, as they struggle to understand why the toxic individual behaves the way they do and whether they somehow deserve the abuse. Recognizing the cycle of abuse is crucial for identifying toxic relationships and taking steps to break free from their grip. By understanding the patterns of tension, explosion, and reconciliation, individuals can begin to see the relationship for what it truly is: abusive and unhealthy. With the support of friends, family, or professional resources, individuals can break free from the cycle of abuse and begin to heal from the trauma inflicted by the toxic relationship. 12. Intuition as a guide. Trusting one's intuition serves as a fundamental aspect in navigating relationships, particularly when confronting potential toxicity. Intuition, often referred to as a gut feeling or instinctual response, encapsulates subconscious processes that analyze complex social cues and contextual information. When something feels amiss within a relationship, individuals should heed these intuitive signals, as they may signify underlying issues warranting attention. Research in psychology underscores the validity of intuition, highlighting its role in threat and decision-making. Despite its subjective nature, intuition can serve as a valuable early warning system, prompting individuals to reevaluate their circumstances and take proactive steps to safeguard their well-being. It is imperative to cultivate self-awareness and trust in one's intuitive insights, recognizing them as valid sources of information alongside rational analysis. In toxic relationships, intuition often serves as a beacon, guiding individuals towards recognizing unhealthy dynamics and empowering them to assert boundaries or seek support. By embracing intuition as a guide, individuals can cultivate resilience and agency in navigating relationships, fostering healthier connections grounded in authenticity and mutual respect. Recognizing toxic relationships is the first step towards reclaiming your power and restoring harmony in your life. Manipulative behaviors, such as gaslighting, emotional blackmail, playing the victim, love bombing, and triangulation, are all tactics used by toxic individuals to exert control and exploit others. These manipulative tactics can leave victims feeling confused, invalidated, and powerless. However, by understanding these behaviors and trusting your instincts, you can begin to break free from their grip and create healthier, more fulfilling connections. By embracing Stoic principles of wisdom, courage, and resilience, you can navigate through the darkness and emerge stronger than ever before. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by love, respect, and authenticity. Stay vigilant, stay strong, and may Stoicism be your guiding light on your journey to healing. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on personal growth and relationship dynamics. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps us create more content like this and reach more people who may benefit from this valuable information. Together, let's empower each other to cultivate healthier relationships and lead more fulfilling lives. Thank you for watching.